Hey guys, so I don't know where I'm at right now. Probably don't need to. And with everything going on in the world, I don't think anybody else does either. But here's the deal. Okay. For those of you that know me, or think you do, you really don't. You know what you hear. You know what you see. And you know what you've read. But those of you that don't know me, my name is Nyla. The majority call me Nikki. And I've had a rough life. A rough life. From molestation to me wanting to just help myself, be out there helping myself, wanting a vehicle and having my clothes forced off and not given back. I go home and I'm crying, and my uncle tells me, if you weren't such a whore, then these things wouldn't happen to you. What? Mind you, it's the same one that's molested me, so, and nothing ever gets done about this kind of stuff. So what in the right mind tells somebody that all these things are okay? It gets worse. I get into drugs. A murder happens. I've had a lot of spiritual, biblical dreams. Things like that happen. And I'm still out here on the streets. No help. Don't get me wrong, my mom will send money every now and then, but I get a job, and it's like simultaneously I lose it. I don't get the background energy, but there is something very unknown, and it's very sinister about this world. There's children and adults out here being human trafficked, okay? And anything can happen at any given second. My life is not promised within the next second. The next second I could be here in this cemetery right here, and the next second gone. God only knows. When you have nobody, who do you reach out to? You reach out to God. And yes, I've seen where He's been in my life, but when everything comes down to it, I see that everybody's getting selfish. You're becoming selfish. You're not wanting to lend out a helping hand, and it's because all these obstacles are placed in your path, and it's either making it harder and worse on you, or stopping to pick somebody up is making you drag just a little bit. But if you pay attention to the soldiers in the middle of a battlefield, you're being blown up. You're being left, your limbs are flying everywhere, all this and all of that. But what do they do? What do they do in the midst of all that? They stop, they scoop you up on top of their shoulder, and they move you out of the way. They lay you down, and they continue to fight this fight. If they can do things like that, what is wrong with you? I have little more than nothing. I'm lucky and blessed if I'm able to stay in a church. All the people that were helping me when I was a kid, you better believe they're all dead now. Everybody that has ever helped me has either moved on in life, changed in some sort of way, or they're dead. Leaving me with the only ones that'll welcome me open-handed. This world is getting to be really, really bad. People are kidnapping children, kidnapping adult women. Nobody knows nothing, nobody hears nothing, nobody sees nothing, but everybody knows it. And people just keep moving along in life like nothing is going on. It don't concern you. But when it's somebody that you know, somebody that you've grew up with, somebody that you've always believed to be the strongest, when that somebody is now on the front page of the newspaper, found slain, or something's going on, kidnapped, whatever the case may be. I just seen them and talked to them the other day. Everything seemed to be fine, but did you stop to ask them, how are you? Do you need help? I was listening to a church service this morning, and I blatantly heard him say, I would go into that, but I don't have the time. Why don't you have the time? Is that how you're treated? Is that how you're being treated? When you're sitting there praying to God, asking God for help, asking God for answers. Because at this point, you have no choice but to be down on your knees. What is he saying to you? He's going to tell you the same thing you told him? No, I don't have time for that. And when you get that same attitude, that same reaction in return, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. When the main one that you push away talk shit about behind their back. And yes, I cuss. I'm human. I'm a sinner. But I believe. And that's the difference. But when the same one that you talk down about, you talk about behind their back, you refuse to help, they sit there and they tell you everything's going on, yet you still want to ask for nudes or put them down because they're not giving it up or something like that. Are you following? I'm pretty sure you are, because I'm not the only one. What's going to happen is that same person is the same person you're going to need in the end. And what's going to happen is you've pushed them away so many times, and now their back is towards you. I don't even know who you are. And the Bible says the same thing. And maybe because I live my life like this, I'm not just giving it up. I don't beg for it. I don't plead for it. You beg me. You beg me. And I turn you down. Maybe that's why. You only like until you don't get what you want. You're only nice until you don't get what you want. You only need me till I don't benefit you no more in some form or fashion. When it's at that moment I've had enough, and I've said, I refuse to go on like this. I refuse to live my life like this. And when you're explaining all that to your family, your friends, and they're not comprehending nothing that you're saying, that means my mind is on a whole other higher level than what you're on. And I don't know how to get back down on that level because I've came down so many times and I've gotten myself back up. All I'm saying is, one day, you're gonna need me. And when I'm not there, and when I tell you, where have you been? I don't even know you. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I guess you're just gonna have to live out life, wait it out, and walk in a graveyard just like I am. And this video is not how this was supposed to come out. But it's gonna catch somebody's attention, I'm quite sure. And if not, then there's more that need to be made. Never knew the meaning of setting up shop till I got older. Never truly understood the Bible either until I got older. That's pretty genius. And here's the funny part, and it's really not funny. That Bible is so genius, so articulate, so authentic, so strategic. That if I cannot be human and speak to you, another human mind, and you not comprehend what I'm telling you, definitely won't comprehend God's mind. We're supposed to be Christ-like. The moment that you really truly dig down deep and figure out just what that is and just what that means and just what that Bible is telling you is the day that this whole entire world will make a shift. But until that moment, you're still going to be stuck in poverty. You're still going to be a non-believer. If that's true, you can test the spirit. Testing the spirit is what you're supposed to do because we have unclean spirits as well. But when you're testing God, if that's true, get yourself down from there. I tell you what, I got some insight on that as well. And for that to be so long ago, and for that to be so gruesome and so heinous, but so beautiful at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. suppose you gotta understand sinister thoughts.